Here we go. How many weary steps of how many weary miles have we overcome? We sit in spaces that have been set apart by comforting wall art and carpeted floors, by soft beds and hot showers and hours spent under the unity of the comforter that we call community. Sabbath, breath, and rest wait for us in church buildings like this. But the journey has not been easy. How many weary miles have we overcome? To avoid deceit of myself, I mean to learn. And from my learning shall I discover not only the landscape around me, but the inward working of my feet. How the bones of character, the sinew of experience, the flesh of faith engineer the mechanism of my movement, the locus of my locomotion. Inward learning shall reveal myself to myself, so that the steps of a self-sustained may reveal my pace in this world. To avoid deceit by the world, I mean to learn. For the world has pulled the wool over my eyes and mistaken me for sheep. You see, privilege rests by counting sleep, and the world can't afford for any of us to hit the snooze button on justice any longer. It is time to caffeinate our brains with empathy, to tear down the walls with entropy, to set a new standard with equity, to shock the heart of our nations with electricity, because it's only ever beat to a 3/5 compromise, and that is the wrong damn rhythm for any march to Zion. It is the wrong damn cadence for our kind of Christianity, for we will lift up our voice and sing, we are marching to Zion. What deceits of the world have been pulled over our eyes? I mean to learn. For learning shall strew the footsteps of my rising with seeds unknown, that with each most faithful step the world may find a garden in my wake of wild flowers and wild fragrance yet unknown, watered by my tears, fertilized sometimes by the product of my fear. And yet my flowered footsteps shall not be made beautiful by my greatness. The sullen passage of my sometimes weary steps may give the work, may give the sweat, may give the blood, may give the labor, may give the grief, may give the laughter, may give the seeds of joy. I may plant a seed, another may water, but it is God who will give the growth. God who will give the growth. God who will give the growth. I mean to learn to march, but never to march alone, so that I might feel my feet's command of the ground by the weight of my neighbor, pound, for my feet will not step alone. We will walk. So that when I stumble, the rumble of my neighbor's feet will give me the time to reorder my steps. We will step together. We will dance together. We will march together, and every now and then strut together, but humbly. Our raucous rhythm need not be uniform. Staccato steps layered on the slow, steady beat with a triplet flavor, so that the world might feel our peripatetic unity that does not demand uniformity. So the world might feel from the ground itself a new song. A truly devoted pilgrim is not weary to measure entire kingdoms with his feeble steps. Much less shall she that hath love's wing to fly, when the flight is made to one so dear of such divine perfection. In the midst of our grief and whatever burdens us and makes us feel like there's a canyon between what we would think the world should be, our life should be, we can get overwhelmed. So let's imagine, what is our next most faithful step?